Marianne Faithfull is gone. The iconic singer and actress passed away on January 30th, 2025. She was 78 years old. Faithfull had a long history of health problems. She battled hepatitis C and breast cancer. A hip infection in 2016 left her with chronic pain. She contracted COVID-19 in 2020. This led to lasting lung issues, fatigue, and memory problems. Faithfull's spokesperson confirmed her death. However, no specific cause was given. Faithfull's passing marks the end of an era. She was a true original. Her voice was instantly recognizable. It was husky and full of emotion. She lived a life of highs and lows. Through it all, her artistry shone through. Faithfull never stopped creating. Her final album was released in 2021. Faithfull's influence on music is undeniable. She began her career in the 1960s. Her early hits, like As Tears Go By, made her a star. However, she transcended the label of pop star. Faithfull became a respected artist. She explored different genres. Her work ranged from folk to rock to spoken word. Faithfull's life was not without its struggles. She battled addiction for many years. This led to personal and professional difficulties, but Faithfull was a survivor. She overcame her demons. She rebuilt her life and her career. Faithfull used her experiences to fuel her art. Her music became even more raw and powerful. Marianne Faithfull was born into a unique family. Her mother, Baroness Eva Sacher-Masoch, was a Hungarian aristocrat. She was also a former ballet dancer. Her father, Major Glyn Faithfull, was a British intelligence officer. He later became a professor of Italian literature. Faithfull's childhood was both privileged and unconventional. She spent part of her early years in an Oxfordshire commune. Faithfull's parents enrolled her in a Catholic boarding school. This was a stark contrast to her upbringing. However, it was here that she discovered her love for music and theatre. Faithfull's talent was evident from a young age. She began performing in school plays. Faithfull's big break came in 1964. She was discovered at a party. The Rolling Stones were there. Andrew Loog Oldham, the band's manager, was immediately smitten with her. He signed her to his record label. Her debut single, As Tears Go By, was a smash hit. It was written by Mick Jagger and Keith Richards. Faithfull became a pop sensation. She was only 17 years old. Her image was one of youthful innocence. Her music, however, hinted at a deeper maturity. Faithfull's early albums showcased her versatility. She tackled folk, pop, and even blues. Marianne Faithfull's life took a dramatic turn when she met Mick Jagger. He was the charismatic frontman of the Rolling Stones. They began a passionate but tumultuous relationship. Faithfull became a muse to Jagger and the band. Their influence on her music was undeniable. Faithfull's relationship with Jagger was both a blessing and a curse. It brought her fame and notoriety. It also exposed her to the dark side of rock and roll. Faithfull began experimenting with drugs. She soon became addicted to heroin. This marked a downward spiral in her life. Faithfull's addiction took a toll on her career. She lost custody of her son Nicholas from her brief marriage to John Dunbar. Her music career stalled. She became estranged from her family. Faithfull hit rock bottom in 1969. She was found in a drug-induced haze during a police raid on Keith Richards' home. This incident became tabloid fodder. Faithfull's struggles with addiction continued for several years. She lived on the streets of London. She even attempted suicide. However, Faithfull refused to give up. She eventually sought treatment for her addiction. This marked the beginning of her long road to recovery. Marianne Faithfull emerged from the depths of addiction a changed woman. Her voice, once sweet and girlish, was now raspy and world-weary. This transformation was evident in her music. Her 1979 album was a revelation. It was raw, powerful, and uncompromising. Marked a turning point in Faithfull's career. She was no longer the pop princess of the 1960s. She was a mature artist with something to say. Her music resonated with those who'd also experienced pain and loss. Faithfull became an icon for survivors. Faithfull continued to make music for the next 4 decades. She released over 20 albums. She collaborated with a diverse range of artists. These included David Bowie, Beck, and PJ Harvey. Faithfull never shied away from difficult topics. Her music explored themes of love, loss, addiction, and redemption. Faithfull's talents extended beyond music. She also had a successful acting career. She appeared in films, television shows, and stage productions. Faithfull's performances were always captivating. She brought a depth of emotion to every role. Marianne Faithfull's life was a testament to the power of resilience. She overcame incredible obstacles. She used her experiences to fuel her art. She never stopped creating. Faithfull's legacy is one of honesty, courage, and artistic integrity. Her music continues to inspire and move generations of fans.